So cybersecurity at a very academic level is about protecting information. So it's about the people, processes, and technology in place in order to protect the organization from unauthorized access. That could be internal to your organization, it could be external to your organization, so it's a really broad topic on what that actually means. I think it's a shared responsibility from everyone. We really have a responsibility to ourselves and to our organizations to really understand the ins and outs of what we're doing today on the computer, on the social networks, on our work applications. We just have to understand what we're doing to make sure that we're protecting the organization. I think information security awareness is probably one of the most important things that an organization can do. Well, if we knew that, there wouldn't be any. It's really difficult. It could be the person sitting next to you in any venue. It could be a kid in the house next to you accessing your Wi-Fi. It's really difficult to tell who those attackers, who those people are trying to get your information. And in reality, it could be your people in your organization. They might not even know that they're part of the cybersecurity attacks just because malware is installed on their machine. They might be part of it and they might not even know. The possibilities of what could happen is something that keeps the information security professionals up at night. Just knowing what could happen to the organization, what could happen to your identity, what could happen to all the information that you have on your computer really keeps information security professionals up at night. It's really not possible to create a secure cyberspace. And I think if anybody tells you that you are 100% secure, I would be very suspicious of that individual. And really anybody that's connected to a network, either through their phone, through their computer, through your car today, you really have the possibility of a cyber attack. I think mobile and social are really the top two rising information security and cybersecurity risks today. I think the way that we're putting information into the applications that we download to our phones, the way that we expect our mobile device to be a tool for our workplace is really presenting a lot of challenges for cybersecurity to make sure that communication and those types of interactions are secure. The other thing is that technology is really everywhere, and more things are becoming connected. And I really like to use my car as an example because it is essentially a mobile app. We can start the car, we can open garage doors, we can unlock our front door today with connected technology, and it's really difficult to make sure that that is secure from start to finish. And it's a surface area for people to attack and to hack into and to figure out if they can, find ways to access your information through those technologies. It's really difficult, for the unknown, but there are a lot of practices that you can develop to make sure that you are safe online, that you're thinking about security, you have it in the forefront of your mind, and there are a lot of tips and tricks to essentially keep yourself as an individual safe. your home computer, making sure that you're using secure websites, making sure you're keeping Windows updates up to date. But it's really difficult, I think, from a whole perspective to really understand that your data is really in the hands of somebody else. And you need to trust that company, you need to trust that they're doing the right things to make sure you are protected to the best of their ability. And knowing in the back of your mind that it's not 100%, and knowing what you need to do in the event that something does happen to your identity, something does happen to that information, and have a mitigation plan. And I think from an organization perspective, I think understanding the risks, making sure you're addressing the highest risks, and make sure that you understand what you need to do in the event that something does happen. Cybersecurity specialists are really needed across the whole IT organization. It's across the whole spectrum because you really, from a cybersecurity, from an information security specialization, from a cybersecurity point of view, every individual in that organization needs to have some level of knowledge relating to the security of systems, networks, databases. They need to understand that the work that they're performing, because a lot of the times it's elevated access, could be detrimental to opening security holes. We have, a lot of the times, a lot of the data breaches that you hear about are because, well, that server wasn't supposed to be put on a network where people had access to it. And a lot of times that's from a mistake from an individual that doesn't really understand the implications of what they're doing and understanding the security of that action. And I think that specializations, people that are really focused on the technical aspects of cybersecurity, are really what is needed in an organization. You need to have 3 or 4 or a team of individuals that really are focused in on cybersecurity from 8 to 5, just 40 hours a week. And you need to have those teams of individuals 24 hours a day actually to focus in on all of the activity, all of the possible data breaches, and be remediating these risks to the organization. Cybersecurity professionals should really have critical analytical, or cybersecurity professionals should have analytical skills. They should have a deep technical understanding of how networks work, and really a broad spectrum on technology in general. The idea is really to understand not only how an attack can happen, but what else could that attack do. So understand the technical aspect of an exploit, but also understand that exploit could do this, and it could cause this particular issue. So it's expanding upon other areas of information security, of cybersecurity, of information technology in general to really understand the complete picture of an exploit. The soft skills are really related to translating all the technical information and making it presentable to those that are making the decisions. And really being able to have that conversation with upper management, because a lot of the times the translation doesn't necessarily happen where management has the ability to make a good decision. So it's having the ability to aggregate all that information, make it presentable to management to where they understand what that really means to them, and then being able to make sure that they understand the impact of what that means. Those skills are really difficult to find. I think really good cybersecurity professionals today are well employed. They already have the highest level jobs within organizations because there's really just a shortage of these professionals today. And these skills are very particular, and they have to be very analytical. They have to learn a specific set of skills in order to be very successful in this particular field. They have to be almost paranoid. I don't know if I'd put that in there, but they essentially don't trust anybody. They, they are always thinking about ways that people could exploit your systems, and they're always thinking about different avenues of attacks. So a typical career path, I think, is really related to a lot of different areas associated with security, because you could start with server network infrastructure. You could start from being a technical support specialist, an analyst, and really there's multiple levels of what cybersecurity means. So you could be a digital forensic person, or you could be digital forensics. So you could spend your time investigating computer, like the internal computer, just to see if there's any malicious activity. You could do the analysis of an event that happened. So you could take malware, you could take it and kind of reconstruct that and make sure that you understand what that malware is doing. So there's a lot of different avenues, and then the ultimate is moving into management and really developing strategy, developing the processes and putting the people in place to make sure that you're handling information security to the best of the organization's ability. St. Leo's cybersecurity program really handles the complete spectrum of what information security is. So it takes you from not only the technical detail of understanding the technology, but also it teaches you the important skills to translate that into actionable data for management. So it gives you the business aspect of things, but it also teaches you the underlying technical aspects of today's emerging threats. Mobile cybersecurity, mobile web, data security, those are really critical pieces to cybersecurity today, and St. Leo's cybersecurity program really dives into those particular technologies and prepares you for the workplace.